fish?
Yeah, I figured, but I'm busy.
That's a little red dot on the belly. Beautiful, beautiful fish, man. These fish are awesome. Oh. Boy, do I have an adventure for you guys today. This calls for a little bit of celebration. One of my favorite ciders to drink is this Blake Triple Jam from Blake's Hard Cider Mill, or from Blake's Cider Mill. As you guys saw from the beginning of this video, this is a steelhead video. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to walk you guys through this fish that we landed. Now, this is my father-in-law's PB. This fish ended up being rated about 30 inches, and the dead weight was 11 pounds 6 ounces. That was after it had been bled out and had been on ice for about 24 hours. So it was roughly probably about a 12-pound steelhead. But pretty slow day. Let me back up. I was really happy to actually even get the nitro on the river this year because the water's been so shallow. It's roughly maybe 2.5, 3 feet down from what it normally is. And I was just really happy to get on the river, spend some time with my father-in-law. It's always a blast. So what had happened in this particular clip, and I apologize because it gets pretty chaotic throughout this episode, but I was backing the boat down by this down tree, and I had this long 9-foot rod. I've got a 9-foot rod, and I'm trying to fish it behind this log jam. And as soon as I put the rod down and I was messing with another inside rod, the left rod went off. This fish just absolutely smashed it. My father-in-law was up towards the front of the boat, and he couldn't get back to the back of the boat, so I had to set the hook on the fish. And one of the most important things when you're steelhead fishing is to clear the lines, because those fish can just drag across all the lines, get everything hooked up. So it's super important to get the fish hooked up, hang on for dear life, and then clear all the lines. So I actually had to put the rod, you're going to see this clip, I had to put the rod back in the rod holder, lean against the rod holder, grab the other rod, the third rod, and reel it in while watching the fish on that rod to make sure that it didn't get slack. So I got the third rod in, grabbed the left rod again, and then my father-in-law came back to the back, grabbed the rod, and got it cleared. You'll see towards the end of this first clip, I accidentally knocked the camera off the tripod, and then I give the rod to my father-in-law, which I planned on doing. But what you'll see me do too is I mark the spot where we were located. That's one thing that I'm trying to get better at, is actually marking the spot so that I can go back later and put down, the time, the date, the temperature of water, what we caught the fish on, so on and so forth. But anyway, at this point in time, the fish is taken off across the other side of the river. So I have to jump on the front of the boat, turn the boat, and head back to the other side of the river. So go ahead and check out this first clip and just see how chaotic this steelhead fishing is. It goes from 0 to 100 mile an hour that quick. So stay tuned. You guys are not going to want to miss this episode. I can promise you that. Oh, yeah, it's good stuff.
Got a fish? Yeah, I figured, but I'm busy.
Chase after. Step up past the camera out by the trolling motor. All the way by the trolling motor. Rod tip down, open the motor. I'm not going to chance it. We're just going to take it. Still back here by the motor. That's it all the way down the line. So pretty crazy. There's a lot going on when all that goes down, and I kind of take it for granted, I guess, because I have been fishing on the Grand since I think about '94. So how many years is that? 28 years, something like that. I've been fishing on that river, maybe 25, 28 years. Anyway, you know, so trying to control the boat, trying to make sure you don't run the fish over, and right at the end, you guys saw I knocked the camera off the tripod, so I give the rod to my father-in-law. This next section of video, so the fish goes all the way to the other side of the river. We chase it down, and then the fish decides to get under the boat, completely under the boat. And what you can see is my father-in-law's got the rod stuck all the way down in the water next to the side of the boat, and that fish is hanging out. Well, what he's doing is he's cruising with the boat going to the other side of the river. So we had to go all the way back to the other side of the river. And then I finally took the trolling motor out of gear, and we finally floated down, and it was probably like a 6-minute battle. I'm going to cut it up so you guys would have to watch all of it. So this fish initially hit on the one side of the river, screamed downstream, then ran across the other side of the river. We chased it down probably about 400 feet or so, and then it decided to come all the way back. All in all, I think we were probably downstream close to, geez, I don't know, maybe like a quarter mile when it was all said and done. So yeah, so check out the end of this fish catch. This is absolutely crazy. Again, this was my father-in-law's PB. It's an absolute beautiful steelhead, so check out the final part of this video. You guys are going to absolutely love it. It's so much fun to do this type of fishing. If you get a chance to do it, I highly suggest it. Going back to his hole.
There you go.
Spin itself towards me. Oh man, that's a big one. I'm not saying that's your biggest, but I think that's your biggest. Awesome work. You gonna put the clothes back on?
Yeah, okay, I didn't have a chance to get dressed.
Woo! Yeah, he's going home with us.
That was a bit of a workout.
Yeah. Oh, I was fishing for that fish. Now I think I got on camera what I was doing. Woo!
Yeah, I knew you were busy back there.
Man. Yeah, that'll probably go 12. I don't even know what color lure it is he's got eating his muscle, man.
I did.
All right, guys, we finally got this beautiful buck. We're gonna keep this one, but probably good 10, maybe 12 pounder. Hit a black and store with a red dot on the belly. Beautiful, beautiful fish, man. These fish are awesome. So that was pretty awesome. It's teamwork, definitely, when you're trying to land these fish. It definitely takes a team effort. I mean, doing it by yourself, it can be done, but it's extremely hard. Backdropping for steelhead is probably by far my favorite way to do it. I've casted spawn before. I know guys fish beads, they fish flies, they fish jigs and waxworms, which is all really fun. But for me, just the sheer power and the aggression of how hard those steelhead hit just absolutely blows my mind. So watch this last section. In this last part of the video, I explained to you what I was backing up to. Again, this down treetop, and having the Ultrex up front with the trolling motor is just, it's a game changer. I basically put it in spot lock with the remote control, and then if I want to move 3 feet to the right, I push the right button one time and we slide over 3 feet. If I want to move down 3 feet, I push down or the minus button and I go down 3 feet. So you can literally just completely surgically take apart a piece of structure. Once you find a piece of structure like a rock pile, I'll start in front of it, go back and forth, go down 3 feet, go back and forth, and I will work that full piece of structure. And then what you guys also saw me do in the very beginning is I marked that location. So when we got back to that spot, I actually put in the date, the time, the water temperature, and then what we caught the fish on. So I kind of have like a logbook now with these spots, and I need to get better at doing that because a lot of this stuff plays into how these fish react, and that way I can kind of create a log, so I don't have to try to remember all this stuff. So check out the last part of this video, and then we'll wrap it up real quick. We finally made it back to the spot where we hooked this fish, but you guys can see just how close this rod tip is to this tree. And with the Ultrex, I'm able to use the remote control to get us super close. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bump us 3 more feet to the right. Control motor is going to move us 3 more feet to the right. And that's how I hooked that fish, was being right into this tree almost. And there's a seam right here where this fast water and this slow water meet, and I think that's where that fish was. But look at how close we're getting to these trees, and I think this is why this Ultrex makes all the world of difference, because you can get real close and just sit right here. So that trolling motor is a game changer. So all in all, it was a really good day in the water. Went 2 for 3 on this day. Caught a little bit smaller one, and then we missed another one, which I don't know if I'll add that content to this video, or maybe I'll make another video trying to break down some of this stuff about steelhead fishing. So if you guys are, like I said, interested in all getting into steelhead fishing, there's a ton of guides, especially around the Michigan area, that do a lot of fishing in the Grand River, the Muskegon, the Manistee, the Osabo. So look up a guide for sure. I know you can do some bank fishing too at the dam. I used to do a lot of bank fishing on the Muskegon River, but steelhead fishing, if you get a chance to do it, it's pretty special. I definitely would highly recommend it. It's one of my absolute favorite fish to catch, especially here in Michigan. So really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me during this video. I cannot thank you enough for our support. If you like this kind of content, make sure you leave a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. The channel growth has been going really well. I really do appreciate all the support. And yeah, next time I'll see you guys is hopefully on the water, or I'll be making other tips and tricks videos. So remember, the easiest way to change your attitude is by showing gratitude. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, that fish was definitely chaotic, but I'll have to explain to you guys what I was doing with that fish a little bit later. But that is an absolute beautiful fish. Hit that black and silver. There you go. That lure right there, black and silver with the pink dot. Awesome, awesome fish.